on to our last story, and it actually is not the end of good Embracer news potentially. Interesting.
I don't know what that means.
maybe. But we've heard a lot of noise about Gearbox Software, and there's been a lot of chatter and pitter patters and all that stuff around the rumor mill about a potential sale away from Embracer. So Gearbox could potentially be breaking away from Embracer Group at some point in the next month. We heard a lot of reports about it, and that could be the case after a whole year of uncertainty after budget cuts and such. But it's likely it could happen. What are your thoughts?
So, and you're saying that Embracer owned Gearbox, correct?
Yes, they acquired them. I believe we covered that. They acquired them in No Cooldown's lifetime. So it's probably like, I think, 2022.
Is 2K just their publisher then, or
2K is a publisher?
Okay.
Yes.
For some reason I thought 2K owned them. But anyways,
publisher.
Amazing for Gearbox, truthfully, because we need those Risk of Rain games, and we need them bad. So I'm really happy that they're stepping possibly away from Embracer Group. I'm finally understanding what you mean by good Embracer Group news, which means bad news for Embracer Group.
Yes.
Which is phenomenal. No, yes, I understand it. I'm caught up to speed now.
There we go.
I think this is dope. I would love to see what Gearbox. I think Gearbox has so much potential. It's not even funny. I think they just need to hit their right stride, and I think they need to like move away from certain formulas and be open to change, because some of their biggest games are games that they made when they just threw shit at the wall type of thing. Like Borderlands 2, still arguably probably one of their best games ever made, and that game was so different from 1. That game was like, we're gonna take.
I stand on it.
And I think I'm wrong when I say this, but I could be. Let me know if I'm wrong with that, but I swore Borderlands 2 was one of their like last hurrahs. They were just kind of like, yo, we gotta just do.
At that point, you might not be wrong, because I don't know.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was just they weren't in the position that they're at now. They were hungry, and they were like, yo, we're gonna go crazy. I think it was such a special moment, and I feel like ever since that game releasing, similar to Far Cry 3. I don't know what was in the water in 2012, but I feel like a lot of companies hit their stride in 2012 and have ever since been trying to chase that light. Because I don't think there's been a Borderlands game as good. No, I can't say I don't think there has not been a Borderlands game,
not a single one,
as impactful as Borderlands 2. And I feel like there will be another. I have faith that it's not like Far Cry, where I've kind of given up on ever being another Far Cry 3. I think they can do it. I just think they need to start stepping away and having new ideas. They need to start doing things a little differently, because I think they have the potential to do it. They just need to do it.
Facts. And just to add some context to your statement of kind of like one of their last hurrahs. So in 2011, they came out with Duke Nukem Forever, which makes sense of why you said that, because
yes, sir. That's what it was.
It was getting tight. It was getting tight over there, boy. They needed to put up some points fast. And Borderlands 2 bought them a lot of credit in the bank, because literally the year after, they dropped Aliens Colonial Marines, which is one of the worst games I've ever seen in my lifetime. So
yes, sir.
So Borderlands 2 brought them a lot of credit, and then the year after, they dropped the pre-sequel, and then they just did more Borderlands stuff until Battleborn. And then they kind of fell to face the earth for a little bit.
Bro, they definitely are like 2 steps back, 1 leap forward.
Literally, because, bro.
Borderlands 2 was like, hey, Duke Nukem, Aliens, Colonial, ugh. And then it's like Borderlands 2, we're like, yo, we're obsessed with this game. Like, I was obsessed with this game.
Literally.
And then like Battleborn, I think we could do a podcast on the Battleborn dilemma. But like, I remember pre-sequel, and the thing is, pre-sequel is not bad. If you're like, yo, I want to go through, I like it too. Pre-sequel is not bad, but like, one thing that a lot of people who are new gamers, or just like people who are young who wasn't around during the 2012 era, when I tell you you don't understand why this game didn't do well, is just simply put, it was, imagine if right now. I'm trying to think of an equivalent of a Borderlands game, not genre, but just like size, like a Borderlands 2 size game. I'm trying to think of like a good equivalent. I would say like think of Helldivers 3, we're on PS5 right now.
Yeah.
PS6 comes out. Helldivers 3 is PS5 exclusive. We are on PS6. Everybody, I'm not saying first year PS6. I'm talking about like 2 years out. Like most people who are gonna, not even early adopters, just most people who have consoles or serious gamers are on PS6. It is a PS5 exclusive, as in you cannot play it on your PS6. That would be the equivalent of what happened with pre-sequel and Borderlands 2.
They got caught in between.
You're like, wow, this is an amazing franchise. I can't wait till the next game comes out. And then the next game comes out and you cannot play it?
Yeah.
You cannot play it?
It literally got caught. Well, it actually didn't even get caught because literally like 2013 happened. And it was a good point into development already. And they just didn't put it for next gen.
It just didn't go up. It didn't come out on next gen.
Yeah.
And that, bro. And I remember listening to, like, I used to listen to a bunch of gaming podcasts all the time. And one of the things they were like, we were on a call with Gearbox and they talked about pre-sequel and they said PS3 and we were expecting them to continue with like PS3, Xbox 360. And we waited because we thought they were going to say PS4. And then we asked them and they said, no, we're releasing on this for right now. We think that the new gen, or they gave some excuse and everybody in the room kind of like looked at each other like, the fuck? Okay. Like, all right. I'm not like, you're not my boy for me to be like, yo, let me be real with you for a second. It was just like you see one of your friends do something stupid and you don't feel like it's your place to say anything, so you just keep the peace. But you're like, you gonna fuck up, you gonna let them rock. Yeah. And then they rocked, all right. They rock bottomed. That shit was tough. And then I played pre-sequel on my PS4, and I was so tight because I'm over here talking to my boy. I'm like, bro, not only does this have some of the best character trees, some of the most unique character trees, some of the most fun combat, and we couldn't play that shit. It's, oh man,
bro, and
it's tough.
Wilhelm was a beast. Yeah, it's just Gearbox has just got to get in gear, quote unquote, no pun intended. Like, it's just, they seriously got to lock in, and I hope that this sale can actually galvanize them to be in a position where they can, you know, really put forth the stuff that they need to, man. It just, they've been kind of floundering for a little bit, which sucks, but I believe in them. You know what I'm saying? They can make some really great shit. I believe in them, man. Tiny T's Wonderlands, for me, that's an example. The new Tales from the Borderlands as well. Risk of Rain 2, that's an example of big.
Well, hold on a second. Risk of Rain 2 was not made by them. They acquired it after the game came out.
Publishing.
Risk of Rain Returns, though.
Okay,
that game, I believe they were under the umbrella.
Okay, cool. All right, so thank you for the correction. But yeah, those games, I believe that they can put out some really good shit. They really can. But it's just, if them breaking away from Embracer is the catalyst that they need to get back into that mode where, like, yo, you're back against the wall, we gotta really make something that stands out. We gotta really make something that's super quality, that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't fall back on and rest on our laurels. Make something that's progressive, that's fit for the new generation and moves us forward. Then so be it. I think it's needed to. Again, you know my stance on the autonomy of companies and not being under an umbrella anyways. But this means more for them, in my opinion. If they break away, it means more than just most any other company, because they have a point to prove, to really show that they still got the magic in them.
Yeah.
And that's not a pun towards Randy Pitchford either, because that motherfucker does magic.